Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranamal Guru Shri Srila Prabhupada. Thank you for joining this fortnight Pauganda Pravachan. And today we have good fortune to hear from Her Grace Brinda. She'll be talking about Rathayatra. As you all know, our Philadelphia Rathayatra is coming up next Saturday. So please attend. And so she will be, as I said, speaking about Rathayatra, its origin and expansion. So a little bit about the speaker. She is 13 years old and is in 8th grade. She chants Mahamantra regularly, reads books, and does services at this temple, ISKCON Philadelphia Temple. She loves to sing Krishna bhajans, plays flute, Carnatic vocals, plays mridangam and karta. She loves to paint and has received many awards at school. She teaches arts and crafts to kids also online. So if anybody is interested, please contact me. So let's hear from Brinda. The stage is yours. You can share your presentation. Let me mute. Can you make yourself in the highlight spotlight?
I am spotlight.
Camera.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Hare Krishna devotees, let's first start with the Mangalacharan. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudirayet Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamasloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Om Ajnanatamidandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langayate Girim Yatkripatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinataranam Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Granthrat Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna devotees, today we'll be discussing one of the most important topics of our spiritual journey, Rathayatra, Festival of Chariots. Ratha means chariot and Yatra means journey. So Rathayatra means journey of the chariots. And whose chariots are those? It's Lord Jagannath's, his brother Baladev and his sister Subhadra's chariot. Ideally, the parade will have 3 chariots, one for each deity, and thousands of devotees singing and dancing in front of those chariots. It's a unique way of celebrating this festival, and it happens every year all over the world. It starts in Jagannath Puri and is then celebrated all over the world at various times. Today, we will be discussing many things about Rathayatra, its origins, and expansion in detail. Today's agenda. What is the story behind Rathayatra? What is special about Rathayatra? Expansion of Rathayatra all over the world. Rathayatra, a festival for everybody, and excerpts from Srila Prabhupada about Rathayatra. What are the stories behind Rathayatra Parade of Chariots? The festival of The festival of chariots is referred to as Rathayatra, literally meaning the chariot festival. Rathayatra originated 5,000 years ago in India on the east coast state of Odisha in a city called Jagannath Puri. There are several interesting things about the origin of Rathayatra stated in Vedic scriptures. Srimad Bhagavatam. In the Vedic scripture, it is said that the devotees celebrate Rathayatra day when Sri Krishna and Balram left Gokula for Mathura in a chariot. This was known as Rathayatra. Killing of evil Kamsa. After Lord Krishna delivered the evil Kamsa, he gave darshan to devotees in a chariot with Balram in Mathura. Krishna in Dwaraka. When Lord Krishna was in Dwaraka on the west coast of Saurashtra, he once took his sister Subhadra for a ride around the city to show her the beauty of it. Devotees celebrated this day as Rathayatra. Bones floated to the shore of Jagannath Puri. After Krishna left his material body, his bones floated to the shore of Jagannath Puri on the east coast of India. Here, the Lord gave darshan to King Indradumna and instructed him to collect the bones, place them at the back of a wooden deity, and build a temple there. Since then, during the Rath Yatra, the deities of Lord Jagannath, Balaram, and Subhadra are placed on separate chariots and pulled by millions of devotees. What is special about Rath Yatra? During the Jagannath Rathayatra, the deities are usually worshipped in the temple at Puri, but once during the month of the rainy season, which is usually June or July, they are brought out onto the main streets of Puri and travel to Sri Gundicha temple in huge chariots, allowing the public to have darshan of the deities. This festival is known as Rathayatra, meaning journey of chariots. The chariots are huge wheeled wooden structures which are built new every year and are pulled by the devotees. On the left, you can see pictures of how they build the chariot wheels and the base and structure. The chariot of Jagannath is approximately 45 feet high and 35 feet square. The artists and painters of Puri decorate the chariots and paint flower petals and other designs on the wheel, the wooden carved charioteer and horses, and the inverted lotuses on the wall behind the throne. The Rath Yatra is also termed as the Sri Gundicha Yatra. What is special about Rath Yatra? The most significant rituals associated with Rath Yatra is the Chehra Para. During the festival, the king wears an outfit of a sweeper and sweeps all around the deities and chariots in the Chehra Para ritual. The king cleanses the road before the chariot with a gold-handled broom and sprinkles sandalwood water and powder with the utmost devotion. Although the king has been considered the most exalted person in the kingdom, he still renders the menial service to Jagannath. This signifies that under the lordship of Jagannath, there is no distinction between the powerful king and the most humble devotee. In the Rath Yatra, the three deities are taken from Jagannath temple in the chariots to the Gundicha temple, where they stay for 9 days. The deities again ride back after those 9 days in the chariots to Sri Mandir in Bahuda Jatra. On the way back, the three chariots halt at Mausima temple, and the deities are offered podi pita, a kind of cake which are consumed by people of Odisha. Lord Jagannath's chariot is known as Nandi Ghosh Rath. It is 45 feet high and having 16 wheels. The fabric of the roof is red and yellow, and the wheel is placed on top of a chariot. The protecting deity is Narsimhadev. Baladev's chariot is known as Taladwaja Rath. The height of this chariot is 44 feet and consists of 14 wheels. The fabric color of this roof is red and green. The tala fruit is placed on top of the chariot and the protecting deity is Shesha. The third and final chariot is Lady Subhadra's chariot, which is known as Padmadwaja Rath. It is 43 feet in height and consists of 12 wheels. The fabric on the roof is red and black. Sudarshan is carried out first and placed on Subhadra's chariot, which is in the middle. In succession, Subhadra, Baladev, and Jagannath are moved to their carts using silk ropes. After being situated on their carts, they are decorated and worshipped. Midway on the journey, the car stops, and the deities are bathed in panchamrit and cool water, and the Naivedyam and Artika are offered. On arrival of the Gundicha Mandir, Artika is offered again, and the deities enter the temple for rest. What is special about Rath Yatra? On the fifth day of the lunar moon, called Hera Panchami, Lakshmi comes looking for Jagannath with Shiva and her maids. When the servants of Jagannath see her at the first gate of the Gundicha Mandir, they close the gates so she cannot see him. She becomes very angry and breaks a piece of Jagannath's chariot, and after taking a meal, she returns to the main temple. On the ninth day of the full moon, the return Rath Yatra takes place, and Lakshmi and her servants come to meet Jagannath. Jagannath gives her his garland to appease her. Several days later, on Dwadashi, Lakshmi closes the temple doors in anger, and her servants quarrel with Jagannath's servants. After Jagannath concedes defeat, the doors open again. Such is the reverence, the fun, the mysticism, and overall bliss of Rath Yatra. Expansion of Rath Yatra all over the world. The first time the Festival of Chariots was performed outside of India was on July 9th, 1967, in San Francisco, under the supervision of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, as he is more efficiently known, is the founder Acharya of the International Society of Krishna Consciousness, or ISKCON, and is the 10th generation from Lord Chaitanya. Srila Prabhupada led the Hare Krishna movement, guiding his disciples to open temples and perform festivals all over the world. Srila Prabhupada first got the idea of performing the festival in San Francisco while looking out the window of his room above Frederick Street. Noticing flatbed trucks passing below, he thought of putting the Jagannath deities on the truck and doing Rath Yatra. He had even sketched a truck with 4-pillar canopy on the back and decorated with flags, bells, and flower garlands. And he had called his disciple Shamasundar, "Make me this cart for Rath Yatra, now ready and sitting outside the temple on Frederick Street." There was the cart, a yellow Hertz rental truck, complete with 5-foot column and a pyramidal cloth canopy. From there in San Francisco, the Festival of Chariots has been performed ever since, and now there are festivals celebrating Lord Jagannath in every country in the world. The Festival of the Chariots was performed in Los Angeles in 1977, and now it's its 45th year. Prabhupada chanted, "Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Bhavatu Me." O Lord of the universe, kindly be visible unto me. And he said that henceforth San Francisco should be called the new Jagannath Puri. This wonderful festival is not limited to India alone, as it now has worldwide participation with hundreds of thousands of devotees. All this has been made possible by the mercy of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Rath Yatra, a festival for everyone. Rath Yatra is a public festival, means there is no restriction based on caste, creed, religion, or sex to attend this festival. Our biggest festival of the year is next weekend on September 24th. Philadelphia Rath Yatra Festival strives to bring all residents of the Philadelphia area together to remember, serve, and love the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Thousands of devotees participate in this festival in various wings. This year's parade and festival will be enlivened by Kirtan singers coming from around the globe. As the parade makes its way towards the art museum, singing and dancing all the way, participants will arrive at the festival site at Aikens Oval. There you'll find a wonderful bazaar with lots of free food for the body, mind, and soul waiting for you. A vegan-vegetarian feast, cultural programs by international presenters, yoga presented by facultators from various yoga studios, seminars on the Bhakti philosophy by world-class speakers, and a kids area to engage young minds, and much more. Excerpts from Srila Prabhupada about Rath Yatra. Srila Prabhupada was very simply explained the meaning of Rath Yatra. He said that Rath Yatra is the meditation on bringing Krishna back into our hearts. Krishna resides within the heart of all living beings, but we have forgotten him. The real purpose of spiritual life is to make our heart suitable home for God to reveal Himself to us. If we are inviting God to reveal Himself in our hearts, it must be clean. But if our hearts have accumulated the dirt of lust, envy, arrogance, greed, anger, and illusion, then He will not be happy to reveal His home within our hearts. This can be compared to the mirror where if you keep doing lusty activities, it gets dirty. And when you do spiritual activities like chanting, it gets clean so Krishna can enter your heart. The purpose of every great spiritual path in this world is to help one another to honestly and sincerely clean our hearts, to cultivate the character of humility, charity, love for God, and compassion to all beings. Thank you. Please forgive me if I made any mistakes.
Hare Krishna, Brinda. A wonderful presentation, wonderful slides and details. Nice put out details about Rathayatra. Thank you. So can we ask any question or no?
Sure.
So what is the sequence of the chariots in the parade?
First,
Good.
First it's Jagannath, then first it's Baladev, then Subhadra, then Jagannath, because Subhadra is in the middle because she has to be protected by both her brothers.
Oh, very nice. Thank you. So if anyone has any questions or comments, please unmute yourself.
Hare Krishna, Brinda.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Very nice presentation. I was going to ask you, did you get a slide of the first 1967, right? Do you have any pictures of that first Rathayatra in San Francisco? Do you have any slides or anything, or you didn't find any? I know it is very old.
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you.
This black and white picture, Mataji, is from the old Rathayatra, and this is a picture of the Rathayatra when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was there. This is the San Francisco Rathayatra.
Oh, okay. Well, I think mine was keep going, and I didn't actually get a chance to see it. It's okay. It's probably working. It may take some time. Thank you. You created a nice agenda, and the slides were good, and you presented with confidence. It's very nice. I liked it.
Thank you.
So it will refresh our memories, about Rathayatra. We hear stories, but we don't really put too much effort into listening in detail. Thank you very much. And your singing was good too.
Thank you, Mataji.
I know Mitravinda Mataji joined a little late, but do you have any advice or comments?
Hare Krishna. Please accept my obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Yes, due to a seriously unfortunate, I don't know what to say. It's very unfortunate that I wasn't able to be here earlier. I wanted to say how proud I am of Brinda. She's an amazing speaker. And the fact that she's speaking on such wonderful topics as Lord Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra, Krishna conscious topics, it actually increases what she has naturally. She's a very, very potent speaker. She has such an amazing concentration of focus, the tone of her lovely voice pulls the speaker's ear in. So everything that you say, Brinda, will be very important and very necessary for anyone who is listening. So I wanted you to know that that's the case for you. Krishna has arranged this. So your ability to share in this way will benefit so many people on many, many levels. You are definitely empowered by Radha and Krishna to speak, and the topics that you speak on are very, very important. So remember this, right? And also I wanted to say how fortunate your parents are to have both you and your brother, and how fortunate you are to have such wonderful parents that love each other and love the both of you and give you the best of what they have and what Krishna has given them. Okay?
Thank you, Mataji.
You're welcome, and continue on. I will never be late again for your classes. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. So if anybody else wants to speak, Tarun?
Brinda Mataji, Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Naina Abhiram Prabhu. Joined little early.
Yes, Prabhu. So it was a wonderful presentation, Brinda Mataji. I know I joined towards the end of the presentation, but it was very nice.
Thank you,
Thank you for
Prabhuji.
sharing. Thank you.
Okay, Tarun Krishna.
It was a very nice presentation, Vindaka.
Thank you.
Okay, so if nobody has any comments anymore, then
A very nice presentation,
Vindaka.
Thank
Is
you.
Jagannath Priya?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for joining. Okay, so that ends the session. As I said earlier, this Pauganda Pravachan platform is to encourage kids who are in the age group of 14 years and up to high school or so, who can present different Vedic topics as depicted in the literatures of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So this happens every other Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and which is 7:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. If anybody is interested, please contact me. My email is murali.rangam@gmail.com. It's in the invitation I sent. And this session is recorded. I'll be uploading that very soon, probably today or tomorrow. So please subscribe to the channel so that you get notification. Thank you again for joining the session. And Brinda, thank you very much. In a very short notice, you have made this nice presentation. Thank you. So let's offer our obeisances to all the Vaishnavas. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha, kripasindhubhyascha, patitanam pavanebhyo vaishvanebhyo namo namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrindi ki jai. Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Hari Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna.